Right, we're on folio 4, and today's what's today? The 19th of August 2015, and I'm Bernard Preston, and I'm doing an oral interview for Heritage Hokitika, and I'm with Joan Mates, and I'm in her home in Kamara. Joan's an old Kamara person, and we're just going to talk backwards and forwards about anything we want to talk about with regards to Kamara. So, Joan, first of all, just to establish, tell us what year you were born and where you were born.
Oh, not tell me age.
Yeah, no, that's part of it. Your kids and grandchildren get copies of this, you see, so they want to know.
Well, I was born in Kamara, but I got a thing to the other, when I was going for a driver's license, they said I was born in Hokitika, but my mother always said I was born in Kamara at Goad's house.
Oh, you might have been born here and then taken down to the thing in Hokitika.
I don't know.
Yeah, never mind. So you're born in Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah. What year were you born?
Oh, forget now.
You're cunning, you are. Never mind. Okay. Now, do you want to talk about your ancestors at all? About your family, where they came from? Your maiden name was?
I was a Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald. Yep.
Yeah. And my grandmother was a Deirdrick.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was Wilhelmina Deirdrick.
Oh, big
My
name.
name is Joan Wilhelmina. I'm the only one that's named after her, Wilhelmina.
And now those are the Deirdricks which
the original Deirdrick that came to Crocodile.
Oh, big blade.
Old Deirdrick.
Yeah.
He came out from Germany.
Yeah, I've read all his whole history.
Have you?
Yep.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And we've had a few reunions, you know,
Yeah.
Hokitika and that. And the original old Deirdrick, he had 16 kids, I think.
Yeah.
One of them was my grandmother.
Oh, good. Now
one of them married a rug.
yeah, Rugs Transport.
Down
Yep.
here.
Yep.
She
Yep.
was a rug.
Yep.
She was one of them. So
Yep.
we're all connected.
So your father was a Fitzgerald. Your mother was a
Lewis.
Lewis.
She had Poons Hotel.
Oh, she Poons. I'll be blowed.
Yeah.
And what about your grandparents? What were they? Can you remember?
That was my grandparent was Charlotte Lewis.
Charlotte Lewis. Yeah.
She was my grandmother.
Yeah.
She had Poons Hotel down here.
Yeah.
There's I can remember the Poons Hotel.
Uh-huh.
A two-story place.
Yeah. Because Poons had a brewery too, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's you. Go way back then.
Yes. Well, Poons Rugs was the rugs that had the coach.
Yeah.
Well, she was a Deirdrick. She was a great.
Oh, is that
she's
right?
Related.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All related.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And who else was there? Oh. And Paddy Fitzgerald, my grandfather. He married Wilhelmina Deirdrick. He was the overseer for the gorge up there.
Yeah.
The gorge.
Building the gorge. Yeah.
Yes.
Otira Gorge.
Yes. And when he was there for years. When he retired, he'd get a canteen of cutlery given to him. I've got it put away somewhere. Still got it.
Yeah,
Yes.
good on you. Yeah. So were your grandparents in the gold mining game, or some of them bound to be?
No, they weren't.
They weren't.
No.
What did they do?
My father, when he was about 19 years old, he used to. He was a taxi driver for Spices in Kamara. Spices had a taxi thing down here.
Yeah.
I can remember them Spices down here.
Yeah.
They had a shop down here, and he used to go over to Greenstone and pick the Chinese up on a Friday to bring them over their gold to the bank. Then I remember the bank, and
Yeah.
it was plain as anything. Yeah, the bank. Yeah.
Which so he'd drive. He had was it a car?
It was an old car, an
Yeah.
old bloody curtain car, you know.
Yeah, I know the sort you're talking about.
Actually, I had a photo.
So
I don't know where it is.
So he'd drive to Kamara to where
He'd drive from Kamara.
Yeah.
He'd go over to Greenstone
Mm.
and pick up these Chinese people and bring them over to Kamara with their gold to the banks.
Put their gold in the bank and.
Because they only trusted my father.
Uh-huh.
Because a lot of those Chinese people were killed, weren't they?
Well, yeah, I don't know whether they were killed, but some of them were mistreated a bit.
Some
Yeah.
treated badly.
Yeah.
He used to
Oh,
bring
that's
over.
interesting.
Yes, I was telling what's his name, Mike Ken about it.
Yeah.
And he used to bring them over, bring them back, take them back. He
Yeah.
was only 19 then.
Yeah.
Yes.
And did you know any of the Chinese people?
No.
No, not really. No, because
no.
they lived in their own little community to a large extent, didn't they?
Yes.
Seems to
Oh,
me.
he said they lived terrible. They had little huts over there. They had mud floors. They didn't have boards on the floor.
No.
They had mud floors, you know.
Of course, they sent most of their money home, you see.
They sent all the money home.
Yeah.
They didn't leave nothing here.
No. It's amazing what they
They
did.
didn't do nothing here.
Mm.
They sent it all home every Friday. Go to the bank here down here.
Yeah.
Yes, Chinese. But there was a lot over there.
Yeah. How many? Yeah, I did read the statistics for the Chinese in Kamara one stage.
Yes.
I'll just shut that door.
Yes. Yes,
How many Chinese do you reckon were?
Oh,
Because they were on the Greenstone,
Yes,
and there are
yeah.
probably some in Kamara as well. Would there be?
No,
Would there be
most-
1,000? Would there be that many?
Mostly in the Greenstone, I think.
Yeah.
My father said. Yes, I say the gold mining.
Because my great grandfather mined on the Greenstone.
Did he?
Yeah,
Oh.
he had, I've got a picture of the pub he had. He had a pub.
And the Greenstone.
Yeah, he had the Criterion Hotel on the Greenstone, and he had a gold claim on the Greenstone.
I remember a
But-
hotel over there. I thought it was Buck's Head. I don't know.
Well, I've got a picture of the
It's
old
just-
Greenstone, and you can see there's a row of buildings, and the one on the end has got Criterion Hotel on it.
Oh, could have been the Criterion. As you went over the bridge, Stewart's Bridge. I know you went down there, and it was on the right hand side, that hotel. I can remember that hotel as a kid. I could just remember that.
Ah, is that right?
I don't know who had it then. David Lawrence used to live over there. He used to walk to school.
And was the pub actually still open in those days?
Still, pub was open then. I could just.
So there'd be a few Fossikers around and a few people living there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I could just remember that hotel. Just vaguely remember that hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been great too.
But I remember there's a fellow there called David Lawrence. He lived there. He used to walk over to school every day. We thought, gosh, that's a long way to walk to school,
Yeah.
from over there.
Yeah, a long way. to walk.
Nowadays it's nothing.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But in Kamara, we lived in Kamara, in 7th Street. Walkers used to live on the corner. Old Tommy Walker, he had the blacksmith there.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go up there as kids and watch them chew all the horses,
Yeah.
Get have the fire. We used to
Yeah.
ask us kids to get the fire going.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah.
Oh, that would have been interesting, wouldn't it?
Yes, was, yes.
He'd fire up and he'd be bashing away on an anvil and
old
shaping the.
Tommy Walker, yes.
So that was a blacksmith's
Blacksmith.
on the corner on the main street, was it?
Yeah, the house Walker's house is still there
Uh-huh.
on the corner.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the corner, really.
Yeah.
They were there. Next, I can remember McFarlane's Hotel.
Yeah.
They lived straight opposite us.
Uh-huh.
McFarlane's pub.
What was the name of McFarlane's pub? Can you remember?
McFarlane's pub.
Oh, it was called
Yes,
McFarlane's Hotel.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
And next to that, there was old Baz Bremen. He used to live not very far away. He was a well-known fellow in Kamara. He lived in an old house there. Old Baz Bremen.
Baz who?
Baz Bremen.
Bremont.
Yes,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yes. He lived there. In an
What
old
did he
house.
do?
I don't know what. He was just an old man.
Just he was old, retired
Yes,
in
we
those
used
days.
to take us kids used to take scones and bits and pieces down to him,
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
And along the street there was Hamer's. Remember Hamer's? Old Henry Hamer. He did a draper shop. Henry Hamer.
Hamer. Oh yeah, Henry Hamer.
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a draper shop.
Draper
there.
shop. Yeah.
And who else is there? And there was the hotel across the road, the Theatre Royal Hotel.
Yeah.
And down further there was there was Bill Stewart's butcher shop.
Yeah. I can remember Bill Stewart's butcher shop used to be when I was still in my 20s, I suppose. It was still a butcher shop,
Well,
wasn't it?
I was only a kid, on about 7 or 8 years old. I used to be terrified. I used to come home from school at lunchtime to see my mother have me lunch, and I'd have to go downtown on the bike to get some bread or something. And then I'd be terrified because Bill Stewart used to always bring all these wild cattle through Kamara.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they'd say, cattle coming, we used to all scatter in the
Yeah,
shops
I
and
can
lock the
imagine.
doors. And
Yeah, I can
the
imagine.
wild cattle, he used to bring them right through there, because the killing place was down opposite the slaughterhouse was opposite the race course across the road here.
Yeah.
Used to bring them down, these wild cattle.
So you'd heard the wild cattle down the main street.
Yeah. Wild cattle down the street. They was terrified us. Everybody used to get off the streets and go in the shops and lock the doors.
Yeah, you would too.
It's plain as anything.
Because one of them could kill you if it ran you over.
Yes, and then there was who else is Hamer's shop. Then there was another shop there. Waddy Ingles had a in later years. Waddy Ingles had what did you have? Big trucks and that.
Oh, your transport business.
Yes,
Yeah.
Waddy Ingles. Yes.
What was his name?
Waddy Ingles.
Waddy Ingles.
Waddy Ingles.
Yeah.
And Myrtle, his wife's name was Myrtle. Yeah, I remember that. I remember he was a funny man, he was. I remember my father telling me that he wanted to clean he had an outside, I shouldn't put this on there. He had an outside toilet.
Yep.
And he wanted to clean it. So he had, right next to the toilet he had a beautiful big tree with cherries on it.
Mm-hmm.
And he wanted to plug a dynamite down the toilet. It blew it all landed on the cherry tree. I remember that was the talk of Kamara.
Cleaning the toilet with a stick of jelly knife.
That was the talk of Kamara.
I can imagine.
For years and years, and it's been handed down. That thing. Oh, you ask Pat Fitz about that.
I will. I'll ask Pat Fitz about that.
What else was there? Oh, there was Mays. Mays had a shop here. Mays had a baker shop.
Oh, now that's what I want to ask you about. You see, my grandfather was a baker in Kamara.
Yeah.
And
Harron?
No, Preston.
Preston, yeah.
And then he went to Hokitika and he bought a bakery in Kamara in Hokitika. And it said in the paper, I've got a clipping out of the paper, which said, "We note that Mr. So-and-so's bakery has been sold to Mr. Hugh Preston from Kamara, and you're going to be assured from now on that will be a much better product produced." Now that tells me that he must have had a bakery in Kamara, because if he was just working for someone else, they couldn't have said that about him.
No.
Now I've never been able to trace down where the bakery might have been, because it'll be before your time.
I'll tell you the only place I can remember is the baker shop. Old Jack Pemmon had a baker shop here.
Yeah.
I can remember him coming around Kamara on a horse and old trap doing the bread.
Yeah.
It's still part of it down there.
Oh, is there?
Yes, the old part, yeah. Old Jack Pemmon.
Is it on the other side of the main road?
No, yeah, just down here.
Oh, just here.
It's people live in there.
Yeah.
But it's part of
their old bakery building.
Yes, part of it, yes.
Yeah, I've never been able to...
Well, Jack Pemmon, he had a baker shop. He used to bring the bloody bread around in a horse and cart. Remember him? Who was down that street? There was Wise's on the corner. I remember Wise's on the corner. They had a draper shop on the corner. And it's a fella there doing. He does. He's got a Dylan.
Dylan's
That was
built.
Wise's shop.
Oh, right, yeah.
It was a draper place.
Wise's Drapery,
yes.
yeah. And that's an original old building, isn't it? That's a pretty old one, that one.
Now, across the road, there was a Little's had a draper shop. Had a big shop. Ask Pat will know all these.
Yeah. So now Little's had a draper shop. Would that have been the same little family that was went to Hokitika?
I don't know. They could be connected.
Because Huey Little ran the dairy company for years.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an unusual name.
Well, Little's, he had a shop. I remember them. And next to the shop was a hotel. Would that be the Dundalk Hotel?
I can remember the Dundalk Hotel.
Tell you who was there, because when he was a kid, he used to go to our school. It was Peter Bush.
Yeah, I've got his book. Oh, he talks about Kamara. Have you read his book?
No.
I'll bring it to you. I'll bring it. Who's got it at the moment? I've got it. Barry Pearson's
he went
got
to school at Kamara with
Yeah,
us.
that's right. I was amazed to know.
Every time he comes down to the place, he always looks me up.
Yeah, and he wrote the first part of this book is all about his life, and they had the Dundalk Hotel.
That's right. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
But
that's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Peter Bush and
I can remember him living in that hotel with his grandmother. There was something happened to his parents. I don't know what happened with his.
That's right. He talks about that. Yeah.
And he lived with his grandmother.
Yeah, that's
in the
right.
Hotel.
Yeah, yeah. I think his father died or ran away or something,
There was something.
and his mother brought him
yes,
back to Kamara.
Yeah, and his grandmother, she reared him.
Yeah, and he was brought up in Kamara, and he talks about.
He went to school with us.
Yeah.
Then he went to Marist Brothers in Greymouth.
Yeah.
And
he became the best known photographer in New Zealand for the All Blacks.
Great, yeah, great.
Yeah,
great.
it's amazing what happened to West Coasters, isn't it? They always done well.
Yes, Peter Bush.
Yeah, Peter Bush. Yeah.
And there was who else was down here? Where am I up to now?
You got the Dundalk Hotel.
Dundalk Hotel. The Littles were next to them.
Yeah.
Then there was going down further where the shop is now. You know where the new shop, where the grocery shop is downtown.
Yeah.
That was Cases.
Oh, Cases.
They belonged to Cases.
Yeah, they'll be the same Cases as down.
They're all related.
All related, yeah.
Yes.
I knew Cases were connected to Kamara.
There was Sammy Case.
So
Sammy Case and his wife was. She was a lovely little lady.
Yeah. And what did the Cases do?
They had the shop.
What sort of shop?
That's the original shop.
Oh, I see. So they had that grocer's shop.
That's the original shop, Cases shop.
Oh, big bloke.
Cases shop had that.
Yeah.
And across the road, the next to the hall, that little house next to the hall.
Yeah, right against the road.
Not this side.
The far side.
That side there. It's nice, yes.
Joan, what's the name?
No. That used to be the. I think it's part of the Fire Brigade, if I remember rightly.
Fire Brigade. Oh, it could be.
But the house next, what I'm talking about, the house next to the hall, that was a shop. That was a little shop, lovely little shop there. They used to make cakes and that, and lollies and that. Leonard's had that. The people that had the hotel out across the river. They had that. What was their names? Ross. Was it Ross? They lived in the hotel. You know that hotel we were talking about before?
Yeah, the one the Dundalk or
the one across.
Across the river.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yes, over there.
Yeah, Greystone.
Yeah. Well, those people had the hotel. They shifted to Kamara and they had that place. They set up. They built that little house and made it into a shop, cake shop and lolly shop. It was lovely too. They sold it and they turned it into a thing.
Yeah. And when you were young, how many pubs were still running in Kamara? There'd be a few.
There's this one over here.
Probably half a dozen anyway.
One on the corner here.
Yeah, that's the old one that's now closed down. Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing there. There's only a paddock just.
Right on this corner, on this side. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a hotel.
What was that called?
That was the first pub we ever had a drink in.
Can you remember what it was called? No, it doesn't matter.
Pet would know. Pet.
Yeah,
Pet will know. Pet, what's his name? Pet. Cameron would know. Yeah, it was a hotel there. Then there was on the corner here was the post office.
Post office hotel.
Just here, post office.
Oh, it was the actual post office.
Post office just here.
Yeah.
Two-story post office. The other hotel was Pern's Hotel.
Yeah.
And next to Pern's Hotel was Hurren's, Jackie Hurren.
I knew the Hurrens came from Kamara.
Yes.
Yeah, same as the Preston's.
I can remember them.
Yeah.
I remember them. It was Percy Hurren.
Percy, yeah.
Yes.
Percy was, of course, I baked at the same time as Percy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Hurrens were there.
Yeah. Percy and Johnny.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they must have, of course, Kamara wound right down. I suppose they closed their bakery there and shifted to Hokitika.
Yes, they did, yes, that's right. Then there was Spices in Kamara. They had a big garage there, and they had an old shop there. My mother used to get out and buy bits and pieces off there, like toys and that.
Yeah.
They were there, Spices. They were there for years and years and years.
Yeah.
Spices. Then next, where this house is over here, there used to be Murphy's Hall. I remember Murphy's Hall over here.
Murphy's Hall?
Murphy's Hall. Yeah.
And it was a public hall, was it? Or what?
They used to do boxing in there.
Ah.
Boxing. young ones used to do boxing at Murphy's Hall.
And was it owned by the Murphy family or?
You must have, yes.
Must have been. They must have used a. Yeah.
You know where this hotel was on the corner here.
Yeah.
There was a house next there. Pat Cameron lives in.
Yeah.
It's original house. That is.
Yeah.
It's original. Just over here he is.
Yeah.
At that little, he's got a beautiful garden. Pat Cameron, he comes from. I don't know where he comes from, but you should go and see him. He'd remember some of the things. Pat Cameron.
I'll work my way around them.
Yes. Well, next door to Pat Cameron there's a new house, a new brick house. You can see it from when you get there.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the Murphy's Hall was.
Right. Okay. Yep.
We used to come in from Wainini because later years, my father shifted to Wainini, bought a farm out in Wainini, and we shifted out there.
Oh,
when
yeah.
About 12 years old. So, but I can remember all Kamara, all the places in Kamara and that.
Yeah. Can you remember? You know the pub, the current pub, the what's it called? The
Theatre Royal.
The Theatre Royal. Can you remember the old Theatre Royal? You would remember it would have been open in your day, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was always history to that hall.
Yeah.
That Theatre Royal was always a ghost in it.
Yeah. Good.
Always.
Makes it more interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, upstairs. You know the windows upstairs?
Yeah.
There. I don't have to tell Kerry that.
Yeah.
There's always a ghost in there.
Yeah, oh, that's all right. As long as it's a good ghost, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is right.
Yeah.
Oh, down here, there was a butcher shop down here.
Yeah.
Just down the road here.
Yeah.
Between Pern's Hotel and Hurren's, there was a butcher shop there. What's his name? Oh, Gordon Ellie had it. Gordon Ellie had that butcher shop. I remember, but before that, I don't know who had it before that. But I know Gordon Ellie had it. Yes, I remember Gordon Ellie had it.
Yeah.
There was a butcher shop there. What else is there around about Kamara?
And so you went to school in
I
Kamara.
went to school in Kamara, Catholic school.
And your parents in Kamara, what were they actually doing? They were.
My father, he was. My mother was brought up in Pern's Hotel.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because my grandmother had four kids, and she lost her husband my grandfather died very, very young. Old Pern, he died very young. So she was up in Martin. She came out from Ireland, and she met her husband on the boat. Came out, old Pern. Well, he was young Pern. They had 4 kids, and then she was up in Martin with a hotel, and he died very young. Old my grandfather. So she sold up there and come down. She heard about the gold rush down here. So she come down to the Kamara and bought Pern's Hotel.
Ah.
Brought her 4 kids with her.
So it wouldn't have been called Pern's Hotel then, would it?
I don't know. Oh, I think so.
Was it?
I think so, yes.
Oh,
yes.
so
I think so.
So you hadn't got any Perns in your ancestry?
No. Perns, no. She was always put Pern's Hotel.
Yeah, so it would have been Pern's Hotel before. Yeah.
She sold it to Keating's. Jack Keating bought it. My grandmother moved to the Recreation Hotel in Grandma, bought that.
Oh, yeah.
So pubs, I've been in pubs,
Yeah.
It's in the blood.
Yeah.
But
same as the funny thing with my great grandfather had the Criterion Hotel in Greenstone. Then he had the Criterion Hotel in Kamara, and then after he died, his widow shifted to Hokitika and bought the Post Office Hotel. Yeah, well, once the pubs were in your blood, it seemed to stay there, didn't it?
Yes. Yeah, so I've been in pubs.
Yeah. So what can you remember about your school days, going to school? Did you write with a slate?
Yes, we did.
You wrote on the slate?
Yes, we had a slate. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember this. Going to school. Remember the first day at school?
Yeah.
Oh yes, I was a little tiger at school too. I was always getting a strap.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. So.
But the school days were great days, eh?
Yeah.
They were great days.
Yeah, they'd be good people in Kamara, wouldn't they?
Yes,
in those days.
When we used to go to school, we used to go bare feet to school.
Yeah, I used to go barefoot because I didn't live far from
pair
school.
of shoes I had, and we used to go to church on Sunday.
Yeah. That's right. Your feet would be hard, wouldn't they?
Oh,
yeah.
We were tough kids in Kamara.
Yeah.
Eh?
Yeah.
God. We used to go up Taylor's Hill. It's all overgrown now
Yeah.
in Camara here.
Yeah.
We used to have slides. Used to slide down there.
Yeah,
Slide down.
that's right. We did the same thing in Agatika. You'd get a sledge, and
Yes.
when it was wet, you'd slide down the hill.
Yes.
And
That
a
was
couple of,
that was Taylor's Hill. It's
Taylor's Hill.
all overgrown now.
yeah.
Still there.
Mm.
It's on the way down the zigzag. We used to get into the butter factory down the zigzag. I can just.
Was there a butter factory there? Was there?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. I remember someone having the butter, the boxes.
Boxes of butter, yeah.
Made. Yeah, there was
So that would have been some private business, wouldn't it? It wouldn't have been a cooperative, I suppose.
I can just vaguely remember we used to walk down as kids. The butter factory was down here,
Yeah.
and the old hospital was here, down here, way down here, way down the end of Greenstone Road.
Down the end of Greenstone Road, the hospital. Yeah.
Hospital. Yeah.
Oh, be blowed.
And there was a doctor there. Oh, I remember that doctor. I was only 4 years old. I wasn't even going to school. I remember going for a ride in my father's car. He had a Dodge then. He upgraded it. It was Dodge. And I was sitting in the back, and he went to close the door. When they closed the door, they got my finger. Look, they cut my finger. See that?
Oh, yeah, yeah, I can see it.
Then they rushed me down to this doctor down there. And he sewed it up with no anaesthetic or nothing in those days. Just I remember them all holding me down, sewing up that my damn finger.
Oh, hell, yeah.
The needle
Well, at least it
cotton.
worked.
Well, it's still there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That was the doctor. I don't know what his name was,
yeah,
but they had a hospital down there. It was a big hospital too. It was.
yeah, yeah,
I had a photo of that somewhere. Don't know where it is now.
yeah,
The hospital.
yeah.
What else was there in Camara?
And there would be, how many churches were there been in Camara?
There was one,
There's obviously the
Two.
Catholic Church,
three,
Church of England,
three.
three. Presbyterian,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, three churches.
yeah.
Yeah, churches.
There wasn't a synagogue in Camara, was there?
No,
Not you can remember.
no,
Before your time anyway, if there was.
Before, I don't know. But
Yeah.
Don't know about synagogue. But in Camara, you know, it was great, you know, for kids. Great place to bring up kids was Camara.
Yeah.
You know,
You could let them roam around and they wasn't going to come to any trouble, were they?
my mother was a great hockey player. She played for hockey for Camara up here.
Uh-huh.
Place up there. There was a football field up there.
Yeah,
She played tennis. There was a tennis court down the road down there.
yeah,
Next to Mary, you know, Mary Stewart lives.
yeah, yeah.
Down on the right hand side, there's a
Yeah.
tennis court there.
Oh, yeah.
There's a tennis court up Dormstown too, I remember.
Is that right? Yeah,
Remember
yeah,
that up there.
yeah.
And what else was there?
Because Dilmanstown was a separate little village, wasn't it?
Yes,
It was sort of a suburb of Camara, but it had its own little
Yes.
village as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
Because they had, I can remember up there, that there was one hotel, there was two hotels up there, I can remember. Up near
yeah,
Dormstown. There's the original, one of the original ones still there. You know where you go out, up Dormstown, you know where you go up the old road to Hokitika,
yeah,
that house in the corner.
yeah.
When you go up there, you've got to turn that house. That's the original hotel,
Ah,
that house.
is that right?
The one you go up, you know, when you go up the hill to go down to Hokitika.
Yeah, yeah,
You've been up there, haven't you?
yeah,
That house there on the corner.
yeah,
Instead of going out to Christchurch Road,
yeah, yeah.
that house there is the original hotel.
Yeah,
It was.
yeah,
Yeah, that was a hotel.
yeah.
And there was another hotel there, just as you get up next to Ethel Stewart's place. There was a place, hotel there.
I wonder whether we're not getting that radio in the background. Flick that radio off just in case we're. I don't know whether it's recording. We don't want it to. That's better. Yeah. I never even heard of it. Heard that radio until about 30 seconds ago. Then all of a sudden I heard it. Yeah, Dilmanstown. Of course, I had relations in Dilmanstown. The Watsons.
Oh, Bobby Watson. I remember Bobby Watson. He was the aeroplane fella.
Don't know. He had a
Yes.
he had a timber mill.
Bobby Watson, that would be his father. They had a son called Bobby Watson, and he was a great. Used to ride the aeroplane. Remember, he came down here years ago and he went over here, flew over here. Bobby Watson. Now I'll tell you about him. I tell you, who lives in his house is John Eckers.
Oh yeah.
He lives in Watson's house.
Oh, I want to do John Eggers, so I'll ask him.
You
Because
tell me, Joan Mate said that.
uh,
He lives in
now,
Watson's house. I used to go up and visit them.
uh-huh.
When I was a kid, bike up there and say hello, have a cup of tea, because they used to bring up these. I was only a little kid. They used to bring these fancy cups there for me.
Yeah. Because I don't know much about them. I know the Watsons were married to the Prestons, and
Well,
the father died, who ran the timber mill, and his daughter took over and ran the mill,
could be right.
and she was quite notable for that.
Yes.
That she kept the mill going.
There was a Bobby Watson, and he had a sister. Well, Bobby Watson, he was a great aeroplane driver. You know,
Yeah.
pilot, great pilot.
Yeah.
And he did something. He flew over Kamara years. I can remember him flying over Kamara in his aeroplane. We always had to see it. Bobby Watson was.
It could have been the same Watson.
Pat would know that. Ask Pat, my brother.
I will. Yeah.
And I don't know about John. John would know. But I remember Bobby Watson. I remember old Mrs. Watson. Well, the house that John Eckers lives in is the Watson's house, original house.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll find. He might know something about them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny Eckers. Yeah.
Who else was there? Bobby Watson. I'll probably think all these things in bed tonight.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. I bring the old brain box ticks over.
Yeah. Righto. Was Dick Seddon himself was before your time, wasn't he?
Yes. There was Tommy Seddon. Who's Tommy Seddon?
Tommy was his son.
Mm.
Yeah, and he went into Parliament too.
Yes.
But of course, Tommy was more or less brought up in Wellington, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He
Pretty
came
well.
down here a while back. A few years ago, didn't he? Came down
Yeah,
here.
Yeah, the whole family was here
Yeah.
about
I
6 months ago.
I had photos of old Richard sitting at my ancestors' weddings, all their weddings, and I don't know where they are now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went to weddings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think, what else have we got to cover now? Who are the unusual characters around Kamara? Can you remember any? Because there were a lot of characters around in those days, wasn't there? The old gold miners and things. Yeah.
Old Jack Reedy was a great character. He was a great character. Old Jack Reedy.
Jack Reedy, was he a retired gold miner? Probably.
No. He was a I think he was a sawmill. I think. I don't know. Jack Reedy was a great fella. Who else was there? Waddy Ingalls, the fellow I told you about.
Yeah.
You know, he was a great character. Waddy Ingalls.
Yeah.
His house is still down there.
Yeah.
You know where the Bowsers is. You know where they get the petrol down there.
Yeah.
Well, that house there, that old house there, that's his original house.
Mhm.
That house.
Ingalls. He probably came here from Germany, did he?
Yes,
Ingalls. Yeah, bound to have. Yeah.
Who else was there? Oh, there's a lot of good characters. Just tell stories, great yarns. Trying to think who they were now.
Yeah. Who else was there in Kamara that we haven't talked about?
Old McFarlane, old Freddie McFarlane, I think his name was. He had the pub. He was a great yarn fella, telling yarns. My father's a great one for telling yarns too. Still love it. So,
Yeah.
And Jimmy, what's his name? Jimmy McGrath was another one. That's Michael McGrath's father.
Yeah.
He lives down in that fleshed house down there, that new house.
Yeah.
His father's a great yarn teller.
Yeah.
But the best place you used to go to the pubs just to sit in the hotel and listen to them.
Yeah, that's
used
right.
to fascinate me.
People used to sit around. That was where you met your neighbours and your people around the town, wasn't it?
It was great. It was great. It was absolutely great.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go there to drink. Just sit there. Just listen.
Yeah.
I've always reckoned that I'm going to go to Ireland one day and sit in the pub in Ireland and hear all these yarns. You know.
Yeah. That's right.
We used to have the pub here at Moana at Lake Brunner Hotel. We had that, and we used to get some terrific people from all around the world. Used to tell us great yarns.
Yeah.
God, they were great.
So your parents had that hotel, did they?
No.
Oh, you had it.
We
Yeah, you and your husband had it.
We went to had that, and we went to had the hotel at Cobden Hotel, Cobden Motor Hotel had that. We come back to Khmer, had the Theatre Royal Hotel.
Yeah.
And started working, and my first job was in the hotel. Was at one of Dormstown, when I was telling you about where that house is.
Yeah.
I was 15 years old. Then I went from there to Jackson's pub.
Oh, you worked at the Jackson's pub.
Yeah, Jackson's pub.
That would have been interesting.
And I had the Jackson's pub. Walter Neame had it then.
Who had it then?
Walter Neame.
Walter Neame. Oh, yeah.
Walter Neame.
Yeah.
His wife was named Marion.
Yeah.
In those days, we had 15 guests there, all railway people.
Mm.
You know,
building the railway. Yeah.
I remember.
There wouldn't have been coaches coming through then, would there?
No. I had a photo given to me not long ago of a hotel at. I didn't know there was a hotel at the Typo. You know, the big Typo.
Yeah, I knew there was a hotel there.
Yeah, right, a big photo. Yep. No, I put it away somewhere.
They had a hotel and a horse change station, because you see sometimes the Typo would be in flood and you couldn't get across.
Oh, okay.
So they would have had to have a hotel there.
Because I come from Wainan, you see.
Yeah.
But another thing too is one of my great uncles at the Wainan, they had a big farm. My brother's got it now, and his son had got it now. And they used to kill they had a butcher shop up at Terra, Fitz's butcher shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. They used to take the meat up there and the groceries up there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of history around if you sit down and just think
which
about it.
Which side of the Typo was the pub on?
On the other side.
On the east side of it.
On the left hand side.
Was it
across down there?
It was a downstream of the bridge or upstream?
No, as you go across, you go to Christchurch.
You go across the bridge.
On the left.
On the left.
Yeah, I think that's. Well, I had a photo the other day. Patrick gave it to me. Patrick said, "Mum, have this." I've put misplaced it somewhere. A big photo of the hotel, the original hotel.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That hotel.
Oh, you want to make sure you get all that stuff and write on it what it is, because it's got to be written on the back what it is, because otherwise people don't know.
Yes, this is right. This is right. What else is in Kamara? I'm just trying to think of Kamara.
So they're playing all sorts of sports, and
yes,
they had a rugby team and a
had rugby league. Yeah, great place for kids for sports and that. It's great.
Yeah. What else? So you.
The police house was next door. Remember that? There was a police house.
Yeah.
And this was a police house.
Yeah.
I've got the bar, had a jail. Yeah, what else is there? Check payment.
Yeah. So you went to school in Kamara.
Yeah.
And your first job was in which hotel?
My first job was in the Dillman's Hotel.
Dillman's Hotel, yeah.
I don't know what that hotel was. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
And you'd have been a housemaid waitress or something, would you?
No, I was a slushy more or less.
Yeah.
You know, I had to go and scrub the. Oh, he was the hardest boss. My father and mother took me away after a week. They damn near killed me there. They did. They had wooden floors, no lino.
Yeah.
And I had to get up in the morning, 6 o'clock every morning, with cold water, and get down my hands and knees and scrub those floors till they were white.
Oh, hell. Yeah.
They were just
hard work in those days.
Oh.
And I
was only 15 years old. And just about broke my spirit. My father and mother came in and took me home. Yeah. They were hard in those days, weren't they? Some of those people, right?
Yeah, some of them were really hard.
Some were good, but some were,
Yeah.
But anyhow, that was my first job.
And where'd you go from there?
I went up and up to Jackson's Hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
It's good up there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Prairie Range used to be called.
Prairie Range, yeah, the Prairie Range Hotel. I can remember it being called the Prairie Range.
Prairie Range Hotel.
It's a better name for it too.
Yeah, I tell you, he used to go up there too for weekends. It was Dr. Nixon. I remember him.
Oh yeah.
He was in Greymouth.
Yeah.
Nixon, someone else.
What are you going up there for a weekend for? Just to get away from it all? Didn't go climbing. You might have gone climbing or tramping or something.
Yes, that's just there used to be Dr. Nixon. There used to be 5 of them come up from Greymouth.
Yeah.
They'd spend the weekend there just drinking and talking, talk about races and different things
Yeah.
and that. Yeah.
Mm.
Just for the weekend.
Yeah.
Not every weekend.
No, get away from it
Yes,
occasionally.
yes, just have a bit of a break.
No one could ring them up and say, you've got to
No.
come and fix this person. Yeah.
The Jacksons used to all come down. Happy Jackson, all those Jacksons used to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So. But I remember Sammy Ide, he lived out there, he had a farm out there, down to Terawati, and he had the coach in his place for years. The one's down Hokitika, the red one.
Uh-huh.
That was a coach there for years. When we were kids, we used to play in that when we were kids.
So where was that?
Out at Terawati.
Oh, in that big shed.
Mm.
I can remember that big
Sammy
shed there.
Ide, that was Sammy Ide's place.
I heard about that, about Sammy Ide, and he had this coach in there.
Well, that's the coach, I think that's the coach that's down Hokitika, the big red one.
Oh, the one that, the hall coach.
I don't know. Remember red coach? I remember us kids
Yeah,
getting-
because that one that the county had it in their shed
I think you
at
did.
Canary.
Yes.
And that was a reddy colour.
Yes, this was a
Because
red
the one in the museums is sort of a more of a green and blue or
Is
something.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
it was a red one. I remember us kids getting on and playing on it.
yeah.
Sammy Ide had his shed for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else is it?
Righto. What else have we got? Anything else you want to go over while you're here?
Nothing else.
Who was the mayor of Kamara when you were young? Can you remember? The last mayor of Kamara was.
Old Bill Stewart, wasn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He was too. Yeah.
Old Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you been to Billy Bob Stewart's?
No, I'm going to go there though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Billy Bob Stewart. Yeah, because he was he's got a pretty good memory.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Stewart.
Yeah.
I think he went to school in Kamara. I think he did.
Yeah, well, the Stewarts are old Kamara people, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. It's surprising how many old Kamara people are still here.
Yes.
That surprises
See,
me.
the Fitzgerald old people. At my ancestors, old people, Kamara, go way back.
Yeah.
Way back.
Just surprising how many are still
Yeah.
here.
There's still some here.
Yeah.
They're still here. Yes. It is surprising, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What else was there? Can't remember now. Can't remember.
You answer the phone and I'll just.
Schoolhouse up there, the school.
The
Seabex, old Seabex.
Seabex, yeah.
Yeah, well, they relate to me.
Oh, yeah.
Old Seabex, he was the headmaster up at the school.
Uh-huh.
Let's go way the hell back.
Yeah.
It's before my time.
Yeah.
Because how I know is that Tui Seabeck married my father's sister, my auntie. She was my auntie. Mrs. Seabeck, they lived at Hokitika, Britton Street.
Yeah, I can remember Dad talking about the Seabex.
Tui Seabeck.
Yeah.
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 Well, his father, Tui's father, he ran that school up there.
Mm-hmm.
This old Seabeck's up there. Well, one of the Seabeck's, Tui Seabeck's sister, married, he died the other day, Gilbert Hokitika. Gilbert Kelly, and who the hell's Gilbert Kelly in Hokitika?
No, there's a Gilbert Kelly there now. He's still alive. He'd be about 75.
He'd be the son.
He'd be the son. Oh, his father was called, wasn't Gilbert, but he had a...
There was Gilbert Kelly and Nancy Kelly, your brother and sister. And the mother was Bessie Kelly.
Yeah, probably a bit before my time, you see.
Bessie Kelly was she was Bessie Seabeck.
Oh, yeah, right. Yep.
And it used to be Gran and Pops Seabeck. They lived up, I can even take you to the place where they lived in Hokitika.
Yeah.
And they used to have a white parrot there. And they used to go down to the river and white bait. Remember them?
Yeah.
A few people in Hokitika I know too. Because I went to school down there, went to the convent
Mm-hmm.
down there.
Right, in your later on in your life, now you're married Pat Fitzgerald, obviously.
No, he's my brother.
Oh, so oh, because you're talking about Pat, and I'm getting mixed up. Of course, you're married. You're married.
Jack mates.
Jack mates.
Yeah.
What am I talking about?
So in my family there was Pat, Joan, Charlotte. Oh, Pat, Joan, Charlotte. Gerard. No, Charlotte. Eileen.
Yeah.
Gerard and Michael.
Yeah.
So Michael still lives in Camara, my brother.
Yeah.
And my sister, his name's Mrs. Topless, she lives in Camara.
Mm.
And my other brother, Pat's at Wainini. And my other brother is married to that lady who's got the PJ's fish and chip shop where you get the grey mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got a lot of relations around here then, haven't you?
Oh, I've got a lot of relations on the Dedrick side.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. A lot of relations.
Yeah. And you had, how many kids did you have?
6.
6 kids? Good.
Yeah.
And any of your kids still living in Camara?
I've got one son here.
One son here, yeah.
And one daughter.
And one son and one daughter.
I've got three sons are gold miners.
Yep, I knew they were gold miners.
Yes.
There's a couple in Hokitika, isn't there?
Yeah, Patrick's in Hokitika.
Patrick, yeah, I know Patrick.
And Michael's at Wainini.
Yeah.
And Chris is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gold mining down Wainini way.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're down there, gold mine down there.
Yeah, old gold miners from way back.
Yes, so Patrick's a very good gold miner. He's going to Canada soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he goes to Canada. Yeah, they like gold mining. They like it. They're very good at it too, you know, they know what they're doing.
You've got to know what you're doing.
Yes, exactly. Exactly right, yes.
Yeah. Well, have we got anything else to cover before we
No.
just close off?
Oh, I'll probably think a lot bit more
Yeah.
after you're gone.
Well, you could always, if I make a appointment with your brother, you could always come and sit in on that.
Yes, yes.
If you wanted to.
Yes.
When you're talking to him, tell him I'm going to do him sometime, and if you want to, you can.
Best for you to give him a ring because he's been very sick.
Yeah.
He has been very sick. Best for you to give him a ring.
He's going to improve, is he? Like, he's just been temporarily sick. I won't ring him until he's better, if you like.
Oh, he's all right. You know, he's coming right now.
Yeah.
Yes. It's best for you to make an appointment with him.
Yeah, I will.
You know, to suit him. You know what?
Yeah.
He's had a lot of operations and that.
Yeah.
And we could meet down at the bloody pub anyhow. Go for a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
Down here.
Righto, Joe, that's good. I think
Oh, another thing I can remember, I can remember the brewery up here.
Oh, yeah. Now, what brewery was that?
Oh, God, I don't.
A Camara brewery.
I can remember that.
Wasn't Perns,
Oh, could have been Pooms.
because I know Perns had a brewery.
What about Murtha's? Murtha's had something. Yeah, I remember that. I can just vaguely remember that. See, I can just remember the old butter factory down in Zigzag. I could just vaguely remember that. Might have closed down, but we used to go down and see there's a butter factory down there. We used to meet up there one day, and there's all these beautiful boxes. I remember these beautiful
White pine boxes.
What fascinating was the white boxes.
Yeah, they cut them out of white pine because there was no flavour in the white pine. You see, that's why they use white pine.
I can remember.
And they were always beautifully white, weren't they?
I can see it now. And I can remember going out to doctors in the old hospitals down there. I could just fake with my finger. I'd be about 4 years old because I can remember it. 3 or 4 years old. I wasn't going to school. I cut my finger and took me to the doctor down here. I remember that. It's plain. I'll never forget them all holding me down.
Yeah.
This doctor was sewing sewing the back of sewing my finger back. Yeah. You remember all those things?
Well.
I remember the theatre picture in Camara. We used to go to pictures in Camara.
Yeah.
It used to cost us sixpence, I think. 6 minutes to go into the theatre, into the pictures.
Yeah.
We used to go to pictures there. It was great.
Yeah.
Every Saturday night, that was real good.
Yeah, a big treat, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. Yes.
And what about?
I can remember McGrath's shop too. That's another one on the corner. McGrath's shop. Old Tom McGrath, I remember.
Now, what about, remember what's his name who had the last shop up, he went to Hokitika,
Henry Hamer.
no, his daughter married Ken Beams.
Phil Duffy.
Duffy, Phil Duffy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Henry Hamer's before Phil Duffy
I
bought
see.
it. Phil Duffy bought it off Henry Hamer.
Oh, yeah.
Henry Hamer is the original.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He was a great big German fella.
Yeah.
I think I remember. Well, Henry Hamer's daughter married Hick Sinclair. Do you remember Hick Sinclair?
Yeah. Now, here's the guy that told me about the pub.
Was it? Well,
yeah.
Hick Sinclair's first wife was Doris, what was her name? Hamer. It was Doris Hamer. Well, she died, and Hicks married Jean. Jean's his second wife.
Uh-huh.
You know, Jean?
Vaguely, yeah.
Yes, you do. You met her there.
Yeah, I just so many. I can't remember just off the top of my head.
She goes to the coffee place.
Yeah. I'll have her here.
Jean Sinclair.
Yeah, I've got her on the. I've got a phone number and everything written down here.
So that's Hick's second wife.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was Heck who told me about where the pub was that my great grandparents would have had.
Yes, because he lived in Dormstown.
Oh, Heck lived in Dormstown.
Hick's family,
lived in Dormstown.
Sinclairs, originally come from Dormstown.
Ah, right.
And the house is still there.
Oh, yeah.
The old house, and you go at the crisis. So it's an old house on the road there. Still there, it's the original house. It was Sinclair's house.
Mm. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, Hick Sinclair. Hick and I used to talk about we could go back, Hick and I.
Pity I hadn't got Hick before he died, you know.
Yes.
Oh,
Hick's parents were up there at Dormstown. It's old Scotty Sinclair. Old Scotty Sinclair, that was Hick's father.
Yeah.
He was a Scotch, we used to call him Scotty. I can remember as a kid he had the most magnificent vegetable garden. Oh, and Hick was exactly the same. Hick had a terrific vegetable garden up there.
Yeah.
Well, his father was exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Hick. I think his name was Jock, but we used to call him Scotty. His father, Mr. Scotty Sinclair, when we were kids.
Yeah. Right.
But Pat would probably remember some of them. Some if he thinks of a thing, I'll go, oh, I remember that.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Mm.
But you've got to have someone like in my age group to think of those things, because we went to school together, we brought up together.
Yeah, that's right.
And we knew all the places.
Well, that's why I thought, well, get 2 or 3 of you sitting around the table after the coffee, and you can all bounce off each other and remind each other of things.
Yes, because there's a lot of history in Kamara here.
Oh, yeah,
there's a lot of history in Kamara.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to go to those old dances.
Righto. Well, I think we'll probably call it a day there, because we'll get you again, either with Pat or with the other ladies.
Yes.
And so if you make sure you've got a bit of paper, and you things you know you've got to talk about, just write them on the bit of paper.
Oh, yeah. Just jot them down.
Okay.
Just think of it, jot it down.
Yeah. Righto.
Yes.
Joan, so we'll just...
Because I've got a lot of history on Kamara Racing Club down here. I've got a lot of pieces of paper put away for it and that.
Yeah.
I was going to do a book, going to get my daughter, one of my grandgirls, we're going to do a book for it,
Yeah, be a good idea.
Before it goes, I've got a lot of pictures and that, a lot of old pictures and that.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of pictures of Kamara, but I don't know, I've given them away. I've got a nephew, Brian Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
He's like me. He keeps all the paperwork and his history. He's like history. I love history.
Yeah.
And I've given him a lot of stuff. He's taken back. He lives in Sydney. I've given him a lot of stuff to take back to Sydney.
Make sure it comes back here though.
Yeah, well, I think it'll come back. It'll come back. He's given a lot to Shantytown.
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Shantytown. So it won't, because once it's gone, it's gone.
Yep, that's right.
Yes.
If you haven't got anyone to give it to the Hokitika Museum.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the best way. Yes.
Righto, Joan. Well,
I got some old papers the other day. These papers here. I've got piles of papers put away.
Old Camara papers.
No, this is, I bought this the other day. These ones the other day. I bought these the other day.
Mm.
You know, about, well, they were old papers that, the old Evening Post, all about Mother Teresa dying,
Yeah,
and about, you know, Kigadin dying, wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah,
See them all?
yeah. Look at that. What paper was
This is
that?
Diane dying. All
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I
yeah,
bought them the other day.
yeah, yeah.
They're old papers. I can give them to someone who's interested in that.
That's right. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's not our history, but it's
No.
part of the history of the
No,
world.
it's not. Well, someone would want that.
Yeah, that's right.
And I thought, well, you know, someone's into this,
Yeah.
into that stuff as well. So
Righto. So I'll sign off now.
I know
Okay,
my
right.
father had in the safe, he had the greatest collection of Camara you've ever seen in your life, and he lent them to someone before he died, and we never got them back.
That's the trouble.
Don't know who he lent them to.
Yeah,
He had, they were, I used to bring them out, and I used to sit there and I used to read all these things about Camara, and he went right back. He was like me, he was a hoarder with books and
Yeah.
paper. He lent them to someone, and of course he died, had a heart attack, and never ever got them back. We don't even know who he lent them to.
no, can't lend them.
It's sad that, because it's gone.
Righto.